You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me, though, that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it.
The man accused in MO3’s death just went on camera, and what came out of his mouth has people losing their minds. This wasn't some rumor or leaked message either. It came straight from Quan White, the man prosecutors say chased Mo3 down a Dallas freeway and ended his life in broad daylight. But now White is flipping the entire story, and the twist is wild. The timing feels unreal, the claims are bold, and what he's saying could shake everything people thought they knew about what really happened to Mo3. The person accused in Mo3’s case just dropped jaw-dropping details, and the internet can't stop talking. For days, social media and the streets have been on fire over Mo3’s death and the arrest of Yellow Beezy, with non-stop talk about whether he played a role in setting things up. But while all eyes were on that angle, many people forgot about the man who was actually charged first. Quan White was the first person hit with charges connected to Mo3’s passing. While waiting on that case, he got slammed with a separate federal gun charge that landed him nearly 9 years behind bars. People assumed he was staying quiet, laying low, but instead, he shocked everyone with a jailhouse interview that flipped the internet upside down. Then came the line that stopped people cold. White said, "I know what I did." Calm voice, no shaking, no hesitation. That sentence alone hit hard. But what really threw people off was what came next. He made it clear he didn't do what he's being accused of. He said authorities got the wrong man. He even added, "I can't just say how it would have been because I'm in a situation now." That statement lit a fuse online because people didn't know how to take it. That's when the real questions started flying. Was he set up? Was this a case of mistaken identity? White didn't backtrack or soften his words either. He doubled down and made it clear there's way more to this story than the public has been told. He didn't hold back and basically ripped the case apart on camera. And of course, the internet did what it always does. One comment summed it all up perfectly. Imagine being this man's lawyer and he's doing podcast interviews straight from jail. That line spread fast and had everybody talking. Still, let's be real, White didn't end up behind bars out of thin air. The feds came down on him heavy. Quan White was sentenced to 105 months in federal prison. That's just under 9 years. But here's the key detail people keep missing. That sentence had nothing to do with Mo3’s case. It came from a federal charge for possessing a firearm while legally prohibited from owning one. That information came directly from official court records. According to attorney Chad E. Mitchum from the Northern District of Texas, White had already pleaded guilty months earlier. The charge involved a 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Officers said this wasn't planted or twisted either. They claimed they found the gun right in his pants pocket during his arrest. Here's how it all allegedly went down. On August 16, 2020, police spotted White riding a dirt bike on West Pleasant Run Road in Lancaster, Texas. They said he committed a traffic violation and tried to pull him over. Instead of stopping, officers claim White hit the gas and took off. A chase followed. Police say White eventually crashed the dirt bike and tried to run on foot. He was caught shortly after, and that's when officers said they found the firearm on him. This charge alone was enough to bring serious federal time. So while White sits behind bars serving that sentence, he continues to swear he had nothing to do with Mo3’s death. Meanwhile, Yellow Beezy has taken a completely different approach. Not a word. Total silence. Let's rewind. Yellow Beezy, whose real name is Marky DeAndre Conway, was arrested on March 20th, 2025. Surveillance footage showed him walking in cuffs, calm and steady, like this wasn't his first rodeo. No panic, no emotion, just a blank stare as officers escorted him through the station. When that footage hit the internet, reactions exploded. People waited for Beezy to finally speak. Instead, it was his attorney, Toby Shook, who released a statement to TMZ that sounded straight out of a PR manual. Shook said Beezy was relieved after securing bond. That was it. No mention of Mo3, no denial, no emotion, just relieved. That silence had people giving serious side-eye and wondering what was really happening behind the scenes. Then came the part that sent shockwaves everywhere. Beey wasn't just dealing with a random case. 2 days before his arrest, a Dallas County grand jury indicted him on a capital murder charge with remuneration. That's legal language for prosecutors believing money was involved. Not a random act, not a heat-of-the-moment situation, but something they believe was planned. As one line circulating online put it, the person they killed MO3 man, all right. They think you did it. That quote alone shows how serious the accusation is. Then came the bond hearing and things got tense fast. The judge set bond at a massive $2 million. Beey's team immediately argued he couldn't afford it. That's when his family stepped in. The claim that he couldn't afford bond raised eyebrows instantly. Prosecutors weren't buying it at all. They came ready with paperwork. And they pulled bank records from 2020 showing nearly $870,000 across accounts. They pointed out he drove a bulletproof Denali. Then came the detail that made the courtroom buzz. A $40,000 cash withdrawal made just days after MO3's passing. Prosecutor Tommy Adams told the court a witness was prepared to testify. That witness allegedly claimed Beey helped finance what happened. According to prosecutors, that $40,000 wasn't random. They say it was part of a setup. That statement sent shockwaves through the room. The defense didn't hesitate either. They fired back hard, arguing the state had no solid proof and was stretching assumptions. And just like that, the case grew even more complicated. No text messages, no Instagram DMs, no bank slips, no proof of money changing hands, no handoff, nothing concrete at all. The defense made that point loud and clear in court. They stressed that prosecutors showed zero evidence of texts, zero social media messages, and zero payment records tied to any alleged plan. According to the defense, the entire case rested on one person claiming they overheard a conversation. That's it. One voice, one claim, and nothing else backing it up. Even with all that back and forth, what happened next shocked everyone in the room. Judge Gracie Lewis made a move nobody saw coming. She lowered Yellow Beey's bond to $750,000, but she didn't do it quietly or gently. The judge called Beey out directly in open court. She said his financial paperwork looked sloppy and unserious. In her words, the financial report the defendant was required to file, he didn't seem to take that seriously. That statement hit hard. Judge Lewis made it clear she was concerned about whether Beey was taking the charges seriously at all. Her tone was firm, focused, and final. No jokes, no soft language. Just a straight warning delivered face to face. So yes, Beey walked out on bond. But that courtroom moment wasn't about freedom. It was a loud wake-up call, one that echoed far beyond those walls. Online, people immediately started breaking everything down. Some argued Beey is a rapper, saying $40,000 could have been spent on anything. Others pointed out how thin the case looked, built mostly around a single witness who might have been close to the situation. Then attention shifted to the bond itself. Going from $2 million down to $750,000 in just over a week had people stunned. Comment sections exploded. Some said this means he might actually beat the case. Others said they weren't surprised at all. Plenty of people noted how calm he looked the entire time. No stress, no fear, like this was all just another day. People online also questioned the money angle. With claims of six-figure accounts, a bulletproof vehicle, and the ability to pull $40,000 on short notice, saying he couldn't afford bond, didn't sit right with a lot of folks. Then came the comparisons. People brought up other artists who didn't get bond and asked why this case was different. Debates took over timelines. Some called it privilege. Others said it was influence and connections at work. But here's the small detail most people overlooked. Straight from the court itself, Judge Lewis admitted one reason she lowered the bond was because the state still lacked solid evidence. That single point spoke volumes. Before ending the hearing, the judge gave one final warning. She told Beey not to intimidate anyone involved in the case. That quick moment revealed just how cautious the court still is. It showed that even the judge knows the state doesn't have a complete case yet. Right now, It's built on one shaky story and a single witness. That's why Beey was able to walk. Then came the tweet that made everyone stop scrolling. It read, "Big U paid it for him." Maybe it was a joke, maybe not, but it spread fast. Anytime Big U's name comes up, people pay attention. He's known for helping artists when real-life problems hit. Not just music, but survival. Well-connected, respected, quietly moving behind the scenes for years. So when rumors started flying that Beey's bond money may have come from someone with influence, Big U's name jumped straight to the top of the list. With Beey being from Oak Cliff, the connection felt believable to a lot of people. Online chatter grew fast. If someone helped cover that $750,000 bond, some said maybe it wasn't just about money. Maybe it was about protection. Maybe it was about silence. Maybe it was about shielding bigger names. Now Beey is back out, quiet as ever. And MO3 is still gone, taken on that freeway in the middle of traffic. A tragedy that still doesn't have all the answers. As Beey walked out of that courthouse, people couldn't help but think back to that day. The chase, the chaos, and everything that came after. Just when it felt like the story couldn't get any stranger, something dropped that completely flipped the mood. It wasn't breaking news. It wasn't a court update. It was old studio footage, and it hit different. In the clip, MO3 and Yellow Beezy were standing side by side in the studio, laughing, recording, vibing like brothers in the booth. No tension, no drama, no bad energy at all. That footage alone had people questioning everything. But then came the video that froze the entire city. The moment that still makes people uncomfortable to watch. It showed MO3 on I-35. His car stopped in traffic. Out of nowhere, he jumps out and starts running through lanes like he's trying to escape something serious. Seconds later, another man follows behind him. And just like that, it was over. MO3 was struck down in broad daylight, right in the middle of the freeway. Cars everywhere. People watching in disbelief. It was shocking then, and it's still shocking now. To this day, people argue about what really happened in those moments. Some say MO3 pulled over because he thought he heard gunfire. Others believe his tire was hit, forcing him to stop. Then posts started circulating, trying to piece it all together. One version claimed shots were already being fired before he even stopped. Another said multiple vehicles were involved in the chase. Then came a claim that changed the tone completely. Some said MO3's tire may have been taken out before the chase even started. That made it feel less like random chaos and more like something planned. Then investigators introduced the kind of evidence people can't easily dismiss. Phone data. Records showed Yellow Beezy and Quan White were in frequent contact, not just the day before MO3's death, but the same day too. Call logs, text timestamps, cell tower pings. Prosecutors said the data placed them near where MO3 was staying earlier that night and later close to where the tragedy happened. They didn't sugarcoat it. According to the state, this didn't look like a situation that spiraled out of control. They claimed it looked coordinated, planned, a setup, not a street dispute. They believe Beezy called the plays, provided money, helped line things up, the calls, the timing, the locations. Prosecutors said everything pointed in one direction. Then the narrative shifted again. This time, it wasn't about music or money. It was about a woman. The Shade Room dropped a post claiming MO3 had just left a woman's house that same morning. According to that report, MO3 already felt uneasy, like he was being watched. He allegedly pulled into a gas station, hoping the car following him would back off. It didn't. Same car, same pressure, still right behind him. MO3 got back on I-35 trying to shake whoever was trailing him. And that's when everything happened fast. The chase, the crash, the final moments. TMZ later added more fuel to the conversation. According to TMZ, MO3 was desperately trying to escape the people following him just moments before he was tragically struck down. Then came the detail that broke hearts everywhere. After the crash, MO3 reportedly got out of his car and tried to run for his life before he was fatally hit. Police never publicly confirmed the identity of the woman he visited that morning. But that didn't stop the internet. The theories exploded. Many people became convinced the woman had connections to Beey's circle. Nothing was ever proven. But no one close to the situation publicly shut those rumors down either. That silence only made the speculation louder. People started connecting dots their own way, trying to make sense of something that still doesn't feel real. Then, just as the internet was boiling over, Beey finally spoke. He sat down with the lamp channel and kept it short and cold. No yelling, no emotion, just calm and controlled. He said some things need to be addressed and some don't. Then he added, "Stop attaching me to all that stuff because it ain't got nothing to do with me." The way he said it felt like something he'd been holding in. Still, that didn't stop the rumors. If anything, it made people dig deeper. Beey's face was everywhere again. Blogs, timelines, headlines. And the same question kept popping up over and over. How did this really start? Because this situation didn't come out of nowhere. It wasn't one argument, one song, or one bad night. This tension had been building for years. Mo3 and Beey were both from Oak Cliff, and in Oak Cliff, reputation is everything. Back in 2017, things started heating up for real. Everyone wanted to hear what Mo3 had to say about it, and just like always, he didn't hold back. His response was cold, short, and straight to the point. No fake love, no pretending to care. Just that raw, unfiltered Mo3 energy people knew him for. He said what he meant, and he stood on it. No backtracking, no soft talk. That clip alone had people replaying it over and over. But then another video surfaced that completely shifted the tone. In that clip, Mo3 sat down calm and collected, speaking clearly about Ola, the rumors, the gossip, and all the noise flooding social media. He said none of it was real. According to him, the whole beef narrative came from outsiders who weren't even part of their world. He explained it was all internet talk, all speculation, all noise. And here's the part that got buried. That charge didn't stick. In June 2022, the entire case was dismissed. No conviction, no time, cleared. But the internet has a short memory. People forget when cases get thrown out. They remember the headlines, the photos, and the drama. Then just when things seemed quiet, Beey's name popped up again in July 2024. This time it wasn't jail talk, it was court drama. His name got tied to a lawsuit involving Chris Brown, and social media instantly went wild again. Different situation, same chaos? 4 men filed a lawsuit in Harris County claiming they were invited to a VIP event at a Chris Brown show at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. According to them, a fight broke out and they claimed members of Chris Brown's crew were involved. And somehow, Yellow Beezy's name got pulled into it. Beey's lawyer wasted no time responding. He told the Shade Room that Yellow Beezy had nothing to do with any incident that night. No contact, no involvement, no connection. His attorney made it clear Beey didn't even understand why his name was mentioned in the lawsuit or the temporary restraining order. He also said the filing happened before all the facts were verified. Still, Beey's name stayed in the headlines. And like always, the internet focused on the names, not the details. Since then, there's been no news of additional charges tied to that situation. But the pattern stayed the same. Names get dragged, stories spread, and facts come last. And that's how this whole situation reached where it is now. Layer after layer, years of tension, rumors, cases, and unanswered questions. If you made it this far, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.